do they follow one after another? I was unsure of this idea, seeing devotional life at the end of the life. So, you're ready for the answer?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So actually, um, I think the question is little no, no, little odd. Okay, we have four varnas, four ashramas. What is that? Hinduism, I mean, Sanatana Dharma is actually four varnas and four ashramas. This question is based on ashram. You know, Brahmachari life, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyas. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. So, Brahmachari life is for, sense control. Uh, uh, if you want, actually, we can turn it on somewhere where it is recorded and it can be converted into what you call. It can be converted into text message, right?
Yes, Prabhuji, we are doing that. We are recording and have that AI thing going in the background. So it will.
Oh, that's okay. Okay, because somebody is trying to type. That's it. So let us not talk about Varnas because the question is not related to Varna, but ashramas. Student life is actually, and Brahmachari life is a strict sense control and acquire education under the Guru in Gurukul. So once Guru will decide based on your nature what type of job is good for you, and 19% of people decide to get married actually. Then then they get married for 25 up to 25 years brahmachari life. Another 25 years is grihastha life. Then as I said, 19% of people decide to get married, and 50 to 75 life is not meant for just sense enjoyment. So they give birth to children, and because the 25 years of attachment is there between wife and husband, now the goal of actually Vedic culture is go back to Godhead. What is the goal of Vedic culture? Sanatana Dharma. Hinduism is a word coined by British Muslims, but ours is Sanatana Dharma. What is the goal? Go back to Godhead. So for that, the moment husband becomes 50, he and his wife, they will start traveling to the holy places. You know, slowly, they will go 6 months and they come back. And eventually, sometimes husband goes more keeping interesting wife in the care of children, you know. Then, so likewise, they do 25 years. And 75 years, this 25 years of attachment needs another 25 years of detachment. So because they are focused on, they're totally spiritual, they are focused spiritually, they understand philosophy. So by the time husband reaches 75, he will keep the wife in the care of the children, and he'll take one sannyas, renounced order. And he will travel of preaching glories of Krishna all over the world. And somewhere one day, like a ripened fruit falls from the ground, he falls. I mean, he meets his last day of life, and he'll leave the world. But because there is no attachment, his heart is fully filled with Krishna, he'll go back to Godhead. That is the goal of life. So, but here the bhakti is not at the end. Bhakti is from day one. So the talk is about ashram. So in student life, Prahlad actually says, take up bhakti at the age of 5. Kaumarata charat prajno dharman bhagavataniha durlabham manush janmam tadyapi adrovam artadam. So you have to take up bhakti at the age of 5, Prahlad says. So you take up bhakti at the age of 5, you will continue bhakti, and in your grahastha ashram, in your brahmacharya ashram, you will continue in bhakti in grahastha ashram with spouse, and you'll continue the same bhakti in vanaprastha ashram, and you'll continue bhakti in sannyas ashram. Of course, there is no sannyas for ladies, because ladies, what is that? They're physically not strong. Women are very physically weak. you know. So that's why they are not advised to live alone. You know, it is this today's world is even much worse. You know, those days also, ladies are always encouraged to be under the protection. Until marriage, they're under the protection of father. Later, they're under the protection of husband, and later they're under the protection of children, because ladies cannot live together. You know, society doesn't encourage. You know, um, I mean, there is no negativity in this. But actually, honestly speaking, ladies are prone for bhakti more than Prabhus, because because men deal with material world, so men are little complex, but women are very simple at heart, at least, you know. So then women have nature of women is actually attachment. If you keep attachment to Krishna, they are attached better than anybody actually. That's why for women, bhakti is natural. The topmost devotees are gopis actually. Where men, renunciation is natural, but renunciation is not bhakti. Renunciation is not angas of bhakti. You know, but if you have bhakti, renunciation may come, but renunciation will not lead to bhakti actually. That's why, what is that? The topmost devotees are gopis, and Kunti is the one who asked Krishna, "Give me troubles, give me calamities." That she's the only one on the planet in the history of mankind who asked. विपद संतत शाश्वत तत्र तत्र जगद्गुरो भवतो दर्शनम यस्याद अपनार भव दर्शनम विपदा. Give me troubles, my lord. Are, throughout your life you went through troubles. Now only your son, finally your son has become king. They just won the war. And you're telling, give me troubles? Wow, great. Once you give me troubles, I'll become helpless and I chant your name very attentively. I'll take your shelter of your lotus feet very attentively. My lord, if I take shelter of you attentively, it means I'm already out of cycle of birth and death. That much intelligence Kunti has it. So, does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji.
We have any subsequent questions in that ashrama thing. One more thing I want to add. Usually, 99% of people get married, but 1% they think, if life is all about attachment and detachment, why should I unnecessarily attach myself to somebody? I'll give one lifetime to Krishna and I'll attach myself to Krishna only. I'll go back to Godhead. That person, he will take, instead of jumping into Grahastha ashram, he'll directly he'll jump into sannyas. You know, after being a brahmachari for 25 years, they opt for maybe, and they stay another 15-20 years as brahmachari and they'll take sannyas, and they'll go back to Godhead. That one thing is there. Okay.
Okay.
So these ashramas, as you said, like the end goal is renunciation.
These asrama means work. These ashramas are not meant for working like a dogs and hogs. For example, Michigan ants, they work only 5 months. Because 7 winter, they don't work 7 months. They collect all the grains and they take it underground, and 7 months of winter, they eat nicely. Indian ants work only 8 months because 4 months rainy season, they don't work. I'm serious. You're interested. I'm not sure. Did you see any animal working after sunset? Huh? Did you see any animals doing production support 2 o'clock and working so hard, so worried? Not tomorrow is my my meeting with advisor. No, let me work hard. So you don't see any animals doing that. Any cats and dogs, you don't see them doing it actually. So only human does it. Certain areas, and there are no abortions in animal kingdom, and there are no divorces in animal kingdom. There is no suicide in animal kingdom. Trust me, there are no suicides in animal kingdom. Animal tolerates. Does it answer your question? I forgot your question.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to understand that the ashrama system is given for renunciation, Prabhuji.
Okay, sorry, you asked me.
Bhakti and Bhakti.
No, I got it. Sorry, I went into ashram, I explained. So, Amma, yes, thank you. Amma, this thing, human life is meant for self-realization. Human life is meant to go back to Godhead. But then what happens is, but we all came to this world with impurities. So impurities are there. We can dovetail our impurities we have certain desires. We can satisfy them in a very legal way, my word Krishna conscious way. But then once you're satisfied, you have already started bhakti at a very, very early age. For example, lust is there. So get married and take responsibility for children. And then what happens in that ashram, marriage, grihastha ashram? Actually, good grihastha ashram is the origin for other three ashrams. Good grihastha ashram, brahmacharis will not come from sky. They come from good families where mother and father train them nicely. Then only brahmacharis will come. So if father and mother are spiritual, then the children they are prone to spiritual life, prone to accepting renounced order of brahmacharya, and they'll join full time. The brahmacharis come from good families. You don't see brahmacharis from bad traditions. So grihasthashram is actually in Indian Vedic culture. Brahmachari doesn't work, vanaprastha doesn't work, sannyas doesn't work. The only one person who works is actually grihastha. So if grihastha, but sense enjoyment is allowed only to the grihastha. Brahmachari is has to abstain from sex life. Vanaprastha has to abstain from sex life, and sannyasi has to abstain from sex life. But sex life is allowed only for grihasthas, that under regulation. So if you do that, you give birth to children and you take care of the society, other three ashrams, because you're taking care of them, small, tiny here and there. Even if you, what is that? Deviate. I don't know to use like those words. If you sincerely follow grihastha ashram, Prabhupada says that person is a sannyasi. Prabhupada calls. If you are very committed to one wife or one husband, so if a husband is very committed to only one wife, and with the regulation, he utilizes his sense enjoyment with restraint. Prabhupada calls him a sannyasi. Lord Chaitanya, he would give gifts to, like when Shivanand Sen goes and tells Lord Chaitanya, my Lord, my wife has become pregnant. Lord Chaitanya gave gifts. Lord Chaitanya was very strict. Strict means super strict. He would not even see ladies actually. Ladies have to come to the front room and offer obeisance and go. Nobody is allowed to even enter into Lord Chaitanya's room. And Lord Chaitanya rejected Chota Haridas Thakur because he says 1 second, not Bada Haridas, Chota Haridas. 1 second mind deviated, Lord Chaitanya became angry. If at all, then there's a different story. The point I'm trying to tell is you have desires. Okay, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Spirituality, artha, make money to support other ashrams, to support your family life. Kama, there is lust inside. Alright, take birth and give birth to children and take responsibility. And goal of life is moksha. These are called purusharthas. But pancham purushartha is actually bhakti. Bhakti is higher than the four purusharthas. So, but when you're in the married life, um, take responsibility. Okay, I want to lead a comfortable life. Not everyone can join full time and lead the life fully surrendered. Some people are not. People are independent. We are okay with that. Krishna, not we are. Sorry, Krishna is okay with that. Okay, take responsibility of wife, take responsibility, understand. But what this ashram is also purifying. We are in this world means we have ego. So if the ego clash will happen, then you'll be frustrated. My Lord Anap is 20 years ago, gave me a lot of experience. And then what happens? Then you will go for vanaprastha. That actually at the age of 50, you'll entrust wife and you'll put wife in the care of children. But today, I have to add this. This ashram doesn't work because children are not taking care of the mother. So I have to tell this. So what is the tradition? Prabhupada said I came to America and Prabhupada said second half of his actually in the second half of my life is establishing Varnashram Dharma. Prabhupada said no, but it's impossible. This society is so much destabilized. Prabhupada said chant Hare Krishna and be happy wherever you are. So the point is, in what is ISKCON tradition today? I mean, wife and husband, they're married. First of all, there is no sannyas. There is no vanaprastha. Children are not taking care of the mother. Then mother will become a deadly enemy to the process. So today, when the children go away, wife and husband are moving close to ISKCON temple and they are doing deity worship. With, of course, they practice self-restraint. They live under the same roof and they live together till the last day of the life. But they increase their sadhana, after 50, 55 years. Then they'll keep on increasing. Once they retire, they'll spend all the time in the temples only, So that is fine. That is the trend today. Because children, first of all, there is no Himalayas also. If you go, there is no snow. There are no forests. To go to take Vanaprastha, there is no one. So society changed. So what is that society change? What should we do? Prane stita shuchikata tanuan manobir. Stay in one place. Wife and husband together. Then live close to temple. Houston temple, just around Houston temple, all homes were purchased by devotees. Actually, our temple, why to go to Houston? In our next walkable subdivision, 12 to 13 families are owned by devotees actually. Any home comes there, it is sold in 5 minutes because devotees are willing to buy. Because they want to just come walk and, chant your rounds, do deity worship and go. Okay? Next. But pure bhakti yoga is independent of such karma and jnana. What does pure bhakti yoga constitute? As in, are there levels of bhakti yoga with pure being the highest? Nice question. Now, I think, is it connected? You said you put touches somewhere, you cut and paste or what?
Yeah, so I think the first sentence in quotes is from the purport.
I got it. So, actually, Prabhuji, you're right. Karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga or ashtanga yoga. And next is bhakti yoga. I told this last week actually.
Yeah. So I think you actually covered this.
I covered. So, but anyway, I need to tell this. Bhakti yoga, okay, I'll take 2 minutes and I'll just, okay, karma yoga means, you are doing selfless service, nishkam karma yoga, but you don't know who God is. Then let me read Shastras. Then you'll come and start acquiring knowledge. You'll start acquiring knowledge, that's when you'll become Jnana Yogi. Jnana Yogi thinks God is Brahman. So Brahman, I told you, right? The absolute truth is realized in 3 phases. Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. Vadanti tattvavidas tattvam, yajnanamadvayam brahmedi paramatmedi bhagavan shabdate. So, Jnana Yogi wants to become one with Brahman. Ashtanga Yogi is, okay, now you acquire the knowledge. Then you realize, hey, to go further in my spiritual progress, I need to control my mind and senses. That's when you become Ashtanga Yogi. Another name for Ashtanga Yogi is Dhyana Yogi. So then, you try to control your mind through the Ashtanga process, 8-limbed process. But then Ashtanga Yogi thinks or Dhyana Yogi thinks goal of life is not Brahman but Paramatma present in your heart. But once your mind is fully controlled, you read further, then you realize, no, there is one more aspect of God, that is Bhagavan. Bhagavan Ishvara Hari, then when you go to Bhakti Yoga. Now your question, let me answer. The question begs, Bhakti Yoga is, Bhakti Yoga, pure Bhakti Yoga is there, I agree. But these are the ladders, right? Karma Yoga, first ladder, first level, rung, second level, third level, fourth level, Bhakti Yoga. But directly you can go to Bhakti Yoga. But you are impure, you have taken a lift. Then what happens? There is a Bhakti Yoga in mode of ignorance. There is Bhakti Yoga in the mode of passion. There is Bhakti Yoga in the mode of goodness. But one day you'll become fully realized. You'll become free from 3 modes. That's when there is a pure Bhakti Yoga, free from 3 modes. Anya bilashita sunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam, anukulyena Krishna anusilanam bhaktiruttama. That is pure Bhakti. But until such time, somebody in the temple will be practicing Bhakti Yoga in the mode of ignorance. Somebody will be practicing Bhakti Yoga in the mode of passion. And some practice Bhakti Yoga in the mode of goodness.
I see.
Clear?
Yes, clear. Yeah. Yeah.
Pratibha Jama Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So, okay, next one. Based on verse 1 to 3, why out of hundreds and thousands of karmis, only a few seek out for actual truth. Why our karmis only a few seek out of the actual truth? Prabhuji, is it because of, so jnanis means intelligent people. First of all, intelligence means mental intelligence actually. So is it because of previous karma? Okay, let's see. Let us go step by step. Your questions are very deep. So
Now
first,
Kishan Prabhuji.
huh?
Hereafter, I think these are all Kishan's questions.
Oh,
So,
okay. But no, that's fine. Okay. Just what I have actually presentation. If you are following, I know I don't need to show the presentation anyway. So most of the people in the world, why we take birth? Envy. You want to enjoy independence of Krishna. Ichha Devasha Samatena Dvanda Mohena Bharata. So when we realize we cannot enjoy independence of Krishna, we developed Dvesha, envy. So we are in this world because of desire to enjoy, because we want to enjoy independence of Krishna. One, two, when we realize it's not possible, envy. We developed envy. Everyone has it more or less, unless you are a very pure devotee from previous life. So they are called karmis. They are called karmis. Karmi is actual meaning for karmi is materialist. Actual translation for karmi. Materialist means what? What is the goal of life? Enjoy, fun. New Year, okay, fully drunk. How are you? Happy New Year, fully drunk. What Happy New Year when you're tamoguna, So, what is that? Life means, okay, you need education. Education is for what? Make money and enjoy. Some people enjoy little, they are little controlled. That type of enjoyment, Tamagun enjoyment, Rajagun enjoyment, Sattvagun enjoyment is there, no doubt. So they are called karmis. Actually, karmis they don't know what is good, what is bad. Whatever mind tells them, they do it. Then what happens? They don't know they are paying the consequences because nature's laws are very strict. So the truth, when you are very driven for sense enjoyment, then you are far away from Krishna consciousness. Because when you are driven for sense enjoyment, your consciousness will be external. Unless if by your good fortune, if you don't meet a pure devotee, unless you meet a pure devotee, that life is wasted actually. Indriya vriyate naktam baba yena vavaya dhyachartaya rajan kutumba bharanena va. Second canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Those persons who cannot control the senses, for them the night time is gone in sex life and sleeping, daytime is gone in working. Bring money to enjoy. Alone you enjoy, after some time together you'll enjoy, then after some time you'll enjoy with the wife and husband and children. That life is wasted, Bhagavatam says. It's not a nitya karma. There is no Krishna in that. Naimitika, temporary karma. But you take the temporary thing, temporary setting so serious. You take it so seriously. And you keep on making money, feeding. Okay, long weekend is coming, chalo, Florida, and Grand Canyon. And you study nicely, and you also become engineers, become doctors. But goal of life is enjoy. Indians are little intelligent. We need spiritual insurance once in a while. Show your face in the temple. Haribol. And God, please support our sense enjoyment by keeping this $10. Only $10, not more than that. But support our sense enjoyment. Sometimes I used to see in 20, 30 years ago matrimonial columns. Religious during festivals. That's it. And they are religious only during festivals. Means they can eat all the gulab jamun, rasgulla. That's it. For Indians, religious means eat nicely. That's it. Eat. That's it. Or pray for 30 seconds. Sometimes father waits outside. But because it's a big job, there are 2, 3 knockers, servants provided by government. Father waits outside. This mother goes, and prays. Sometimes children make fun of their mother also. My mother is sentimental. She always prays. No, we don't need it. One day I asked one father, Prabhuji, your son is very seriously doing it. why don't you take up, mantra meditation, chanting? My wife does it. As though she eats and he doesn't need to eat. you know. No, she does it, Yeah, she does. Means she's doing for everyone. All right, don't eat. She's eating anyway. Hare Krishna. So the point is, so the only, so as long as you have strong desire to enjoy, there is no Krishna in that. Honestly speaking, there is a book called, try to read. It's a loaded book, Aish Madhurya Kadambani by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. What a book! Very small book, but it'll shake you with so many truths actually. Madhurya Kadambani. So the karmis, what they'll do, for them life means enjoyment. What is the goal of life? Enjoy. You know, you know. So then the notice comes, you're going to live only 2 days. All right, let me enjoy nicely before going. Then you are so many lifetimes of suffering. One lifetime you'll come, Abba, I'm enjoying, but what is that? So you'll also meet some people, some pious people. Then you become jnani, jnana yoga. Actually, sorry, karmi. Last week I said this. Karmi will become, not immediately will not become jnani. Actually, karmi will become sakama. Sorry, karma kanda. That's the next level. I told you. Remember I told last week.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
If you think we don't need to repeat, we'll go forward because it's a lengthy, it's a ladder.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
above
Oh yeah, here.
number 4.
Karma.
Yeah.
Karma kanda means you go and say, no, okay, my daughter, she's writing exam, next week. Can you please do? We pay $100 and do this yajna so that she'll get medical seat. $150 fees MIT medical seat. $200 means Harvard medical seat. I really do not. I'm just joking. So for them, God is an order supplier to support their wishes. That's it. That is karma kanda. But you'll go a little further. What is a karma kanda? If I give charity next lifetime, my life will become next lifetime. Means there is a next life. Means indirectly you're accepting you're not the body but soul. So when you do like this 2-3 lifetimes, then finally, oh yeah, this is not karma kanda doesn't work. I need to acquire knowledge. So then what happens? Sakam karma kanda, you'll shift to sakam karma yoga. Means you'll accept God as Krishna, but you still have desires. Then eventually nishkama karma yoga. No desire. I'm just doing it selflessly. So nishkama karma yoga is actually karma yoga. When for example, people come, I told last time, people come to temple to do the pot washing. When they do selflessly, they understand, hey, what is the goal of life? I want to acquire knowledge. Can I buy Bhagavad Gita? If you buy Bhagavad Gita, they'll directly take up Krishna Bhakti Yoga actually. But some people, if they get into some other books, where emphasis on jnana, then they'll keep on reading that and they'll drift towards jnana yoga. Then keep on acquiring knowledge. Jnana yoga, okay, Prabhuji wrote, or Krishna to come down, where is that? That eighth verse.
Yeah. So probably my question was the karmis realize that is not what is the actual truth and then start into acquiring knowledge, right? So that realization happens after many lifetimes. So
True.
is that something? Can that be help push that so that people can realize faster, or is it because of the previous karma that no matter what you do, it will take them certain amount of lifetime to realize or acquire knowledge?
Madhuri Kadambini mentions, unless you meet a devotee, unless you have Krishna's grace, you cannot come to Bhakti Yoga. So knowledge means you'll acquire that type of books and acquire knowledge. But mostly, as I said before, jnanis are impersonal.
Mm.
They think God is light, Brahman. They want to become one with Brahman. That is jnanis. What is your question? You said.
Yeah. So in short, it's we need Krishna's grace to have people like karmis like realize the absolute truth, right? So
Krishna's, more than Krishna's grace is devotee's grace.
you, okay.
It's like hippies, drug addicts in Srila Prabhupada. They were not even, they were not, it's like a gross karmis. But Guru's prayers, one lifetime, they have advanced so much. One lifetime, they have advanced so much actually. Right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Is it because of the previous? Should I continue the any
No,
other question? Other will continue. Is it because of the previous karma? Yes. You don't want. Probably Krishna is sitting in your heart as Paramatma. You said, I'm not interested in you. Krishna says, I'm also not interested. You don't want me, I'll not come. Serious. Actually, no, yeah, that's how it is. Because unfortunately, we have the free will and we misuse our free will actually. So the free will, we use it for our sense enjoyment. But our sense enjoyment is not good. But Krishna says, hey, Mala, don't come. He said, yes, all right, I'll not come. Then Maya will come. Either Krishna or Maya, only two. When you say Krishna, don't come, Maya says, don't worry, I'll come. And you think you're this body. When you think you're this body, Maya, the three modes, you keep on suffering. But beauty with Maya, whatever you think is enjoyment, is so much suffering. I am interested to show you a video. Just give me 1 minute. Can you see?
No, now we can say.
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes,
This is an amazing video. So, camel loves cactus. You have seen it, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
So, every pleasure in this material world is actually, I'm serious. You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Every pleasure in the material world is equal to camel eating the cactus. Not that, no, I never ate cactus. We have our own cactuses actually. I'm honest with you. So can you go and tell the camel, hey, you know what happens? Camel is eating that. This thorns will cut off the tongue actually, and it bleeds, and that gives a very variety of taste for camel. And camel loves, but the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, all the gums will be bleeding, and the camel cannot eat. And after 1 month, again call the camel and put the cactus. Cactus, amazing, thank you. Now I have a question for all of you. Should I ask?
Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji.
How many times your mind reminded you the fever you got and you suffered? How many times all the sufferings you went through, you remember, mind reminded? Mind will never remind them. The pleasure, whether it is illicit or illicit, mind will remember that. And mind is reminding you and say, go for it again. But you tell the mind, rascal number one, it has led to suffering. Why you're not showing that? No, no, I'm not interested. That pleasure is very good. Wow. But did you all got headache, stomachache. Did your tongue ever become sick? Did anyone tell you, past 1 month I'm not eating? What happened? My tongue is sick. Tongue will never become sick, sir. Ma'am. Tongue will never become, you'll get maybe little ulcers, but that will not stop eating. That will not stop you from eating. Maya. Understanding or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what is the Puran Poli? Puran Poli, or what is that? I don't know how many of you know Puran Poli, that is Maharashtrian word for Indians, and that, what do you call Kishan Prabhu? Puran Poli in Tamil.
I know Puran Poli, Prabhu. I don't know like what they call in Tamil Nadu, but I know Puran
Okay,
Poli.
okay. So Puran Poli for camel is actually cactus. Every pleasure in this material world is associated with so much pain. If you see my hand, this much pleasure, this much pain. But because we don't correlate, so we are like that. Is it because of the previous karma? Yes. If not, then how to push more karmis into the path of seeking actual truth and Lord? Simple, Roji. Why we go in the cold and stay and do kirtans? The book distribution we don't even get a gas money. Do you know that? We don't get gas money. But why we do that? Hare name, holy name, Hare Krishna mantra has the power. If they hear, they'll create Bhakti Yoga account. That way, real welfare activity is actually doing kirtan on the roads, giving a book. Prabhupada said, put the book in their hands, even if they don't buy. The moment Prabhupada said they touch the book, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, any book, they'll open the Bhakti account. So, real welfare activity is not actually feeding food, giving prasad, giving harinam, giving, invite them, see the forms of Krishna in the temple. That's how the Bhakti account opens. Thank you for asking this question. Right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, it may take some, it may take, sometimes people won't come. For example, so many people came to UFM class, but only few people remained. Trust me, they have opened a Bhakti account. One left and they'll go back to Godhead. I'm honest. That is the copies say this. Tabakathamritam tapta jivanam kavi bireditam kalmashamaham. Sravana mangalam srimata tatam bhuvi grunanti ye buridajana. My Lord, your discussion of nectarine stories, they are Shravana mangalam, very auspicious. They're kalmashapam, they'll cleanse the heart. There is no doctor in the world who can cleanse the mind. But Krishna Katha cleanses your mind. Next. How to distinguish that we are just providing the senses only so much that is required for self-preservation and not sense gratification. I didn't understand.
How do we distinguish whether
Like how much is
Yeah, nice. I got it. Okay. So I'll let me understand. Very nice. How to make sure our sense enjoyment is for self-preservation but not sense gratification, right?
yes, Prabhuji.
So you're telling one gulab jamun is enough or five gulab jamuns are enough.
Mm.
Or for me to live, 100 crores is enough or 50 crores is enough. You know, no, nice question. Actually, this line is there in third canto Bhagavatam. Swayambhu Manu was actually emperor for the universe. Swayambhu Manu gave birth to, children. They're all great souls. One child name is Devahuti, Prasuti, So Devahuti was married to Kardam Muni and gave birth to Kapila Muni, who is actually Krishna's incarnation. What a personality, huh? He's a grahastha. Swayambhu Manu and Satarupa, that is his wife's name. And they gave birth to Devahuti. Devahuti is a beautiful, very beautiful, so beautiful. One day when Gandhara was flying in the aeroplane, when he saw Devahuti's beauty, he fainted and fell down from the aeroplane. So Swayambhu Manu did not give his daughter to what is that? Trump's son. Swayambhu Manu gave his daughter to Kardamuni, a sage. If you see Swayambhu Manu, all the daughters are given to, you know, and of course he gave it to one daughter, he gave it to Daksha also. That's a different story. But if the daughter was given to Kardamuni. He went to his father. Swayambhu Manu went to his father and asked, Father, my daughter has come to the age of marriage. What should I do? Brahma said, give your daughter to Kartamuni. Swayambhu Manu, they're emperor billionaires. He was emperor not for America, but emperor for the whole universe. Kardamuni did not even have a residence. He's sage. Brahma said, your duty is to populate the universe with the good children. You should not populate the universe with rogues and dogs and thieves. Kardamuni recently prayed. Vishnu Narayan gave darshan, and he said, Narayan asked, what do you want? My lord, I want you as my son. So, Supreme Lord is going to take birth. So, give your daughter to him. So, the point is, yes. So, he gave all his children to so many sages. And every day, Swayambhu Manu will get up. As they would recite the Vedic hymns, all the glories of, Krishna, they would recite, then Kardamuni would get up. And his work 9 to 5 is for the pleasure of Krishna. So the point is, goal of Vedic life is a simple living and high thinking. Goal of Vedic life is, what is the motto of UFM? I don't know. What is the motto of UFM?
Go blue. Go blue.
Huh?
Go blue.
Go blue?
It's
Okay, go blue means Krishna only. That's fine. So, what is
says,
that? Huh?
it says arts, knowledge, and truth. The Latin
The
one.
motto.
Yeah.
Art.
It's nothing like it's not like Indian institutions.
Okay, so what is that? There it is mentioned, this material life offers you an opportunity to gratify your senses, at the same time go back to God. That's mentioned in third canto. So simple living and high thinking. Okay, for example, you're a CEO. You're CEO, you need a car. If your situation, situation demands a good car, there is nothing wrong. Your situation demands what is it, a palatial mansion. Swayambhu Manu was not living in a hut, let me tell you. Swayambhu Manu was living in a very, very opulent palace because the emperor for the universe. But he utilized everything in Krishna's service. One time, okay, I'll tell you this. I need to tell you this. You'll love it. One day, one sage went to Maharaj Janak and said, hey, everyone says you're a great yogi. And I will also be great yogi. Why not? I have so much money, and my palace is bedecked. My pillars of the palace are bedecked with gold and jewel and silvers and diamonds. If anyone has that type of rich, why not? Everyone will become yogi. But I have a question for you. Why, despite having all these things, they consider you a very advanced yogi? I can't believe this. You are such a filthy rich person. I see you are wearing like a silks. You're wearing all the jewelry. Why people call you a great yogi? Actually, Karma Yoga. Krishna mentions his name actually in Bhagavad Gita. Actually, Maharaj Janak names comes in Karma Yoga, third chapter. Maharaj Janak said, I'll tell you the answer, but you want to prove yourself worthy of answer. So I'll give you a cup of ghee and go around the palace without spilling a drop. Then if you are qualified, then this guy, put him a cup of ghee full. This guy very carefully walked around. Finally, after half an hour, he came back and he said, sir, I won. Without spilling a drop, I've covered. Then Maharajana asked, congratulations. How many pillars are there that are bedecked with jewels? How many pillars are there where poles are, they were studded with pearls. How many pillars are there studded with gold and silver? This guy said, "What do you mean? I just focused on ghee. You said not even drop should fall down. That's why I don't know. I don't know anything. I have not seen pillars at all." Maharaj Janak said, "That is the answer. Though because of my good karma, I got the position of an king, but because I'm very focused on my end goal, spiritual life, attaining the lotus feet of Narayan, Krishna, So that's why, though I'm living in opulence, these opulence will not bother me. Got my point?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That is the answer to your question. But if you want, I can be more specific. Yeah. So, Prabhuji, let me tell you. Honestly speaking, Westerns call as ISKCON, these guys in the name of God, they are the best sense engineers, they say. Do you know that? Probably in festivals, if in India, there'll be 3,000 sweets, bro. Every day, if you come and eat our breakfast, there will be rasagulla, there will be gulab jamun, there will be, what is that, morning sandesh, peda, apart from breakfast. Richard Gere? Richard Gere one time came to our Los Angeles temple and said, "Can we utilize your temple for shooting, please?" And he came in the morning, early morning. They said, "Come for breakfast." Richard Gere was shocked to eat this breakfast. He said, "Wow, I never saw this many items in my life." Then after that, so there's a kirtan, they all danced. And lunchtime, parota, sabjis, and paneer. And again, he had lunch. Finally, they finished their shooting, and while going back, he said, "Until I came to your temple, I felt Hollywood act stars are the best sense engineers on the planet. But before you guys, we are nothing. You know, you guys are eating such opulent breakfast and lunch, but also you have a process to digest. Also, you're jumping up and down, dancing, and you're hungry and you're ready again. So you want to eat gulab jamun? Definitely offer gulab jamun to Krishna and eat. There is nothing wrong, because that prasad will purify you. Eventually, you'll give eating gulab jamun. Prabhupada said to drug addicts, one drug addict asked, "What is spiritual world?" Prabhupada said, "Ocean of LSD." Ocean of LSD means Prabhupada said, if you go, you'll get unlimited LSD. And I one Prabhupada said one other person, ocean of unlimited liquor. You can go there. No, if you're a drug addict, if you remember Krishna and drink alcohol, eventually you'll give up alcoholism actually. Rasa Panchadhyay books were distributed to drug addicts too. Means nowhere you'll read this is only for adults. No. If you read Krishna's deals with gopis, Hrudroga Kamam, the lust is removed. So initial but the first four regulated principles I told in the beginning, right? Tapas Saucham Daya Satyam. That is enough, honestly speaking. And chanting, that itself is austerity. So then, but of course, you need to have your own control. Papa said, eventually, slowly, you need to withdraw. Because sense enjoyment means your consciousness is external. Then your consciousness cannot be internal. To make progress, your consciousness needs to be internal. Right? Yes, you decide. For Kolavich Sridhar, he didn't even have his roof was filled with holes. His dhoti has more holes. Dhoti had more holes than the dhoti. But he was happy. So your position demands a car, you can have a car. Your position demands a watch, you can have a watch, but you don't need Rolex watch. You know, you need you don't need what is that? These big high-end cars. I don't know them. The Lamborghini that they say. So you need a car to go to work, but you don't need a. Probably show off doesn't work. You need 5-bedroom home. You have 3-4 children. That is fine. But you don't need a 20-bedroom to show the rest of the world you're rich. That will increase greed. Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
In some cases it is obvious, in other cases it's not obvious. Can anything that is not necessary for survival be termed as something for sense gratification? And does it answer your question?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
I want to add one more thing. Should I tell?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So Bhagavad Gita says you are not the body or a spirit soul. You can have unlimited gold to keep it so that in emergency situations you can use nothing. But you don't need to wear gold to show the rest of the world that your body is costlier than your dead body is costlier than other dead bodies. Body is dead anyway. So what you're doing, you're wearing a jewelry means what? My dead body is costlier than your dead body. And other body is dead anyway. So you can have money, no doubt. I mean, you can have, especially Indians, they keep gold as emergency situation. You can use it, but not for wearing. Okay, there's nothing wrong wearing a wedding ring to show others you are married. Maybe it's more needed than anything. But you don't need all that ring that is studded with diamonds and all these things. Show off. Where there is show off, that is sense gratification. Where there is no show off, that is not sense gratification. Next. Verse 1.1 to 12 mentions the devotional service is established on the principles of Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Pancharatna authorities, and the make show of devotional service should at once be rejected. What are these authorities? What are these authorities? Can we have more context? Nice question. Thank you. Devotional service is established on the principles of Shruti, Smriti, Puranas. There is a verse actually. Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatra Vidim Vina, Aikantik Harir Bhakti, Utpate Kalpate. So, okay, very nice point. What is this? Philosophy without heart to worship is a mental speculation. And heart to worship is there, but it's not supported by philosophy, it is sentiment. What a statement, huh? You have a heart to worship, but it is not supported by philosophy. Then it is a sentiment. In India, there are how many gods are there? Billion? Or maybe more. One American went to India. And after going and seeing India for 2 months, he was going back to America. A reporter stopped in Bombay airport. Sir, what is your opinion about India? This person said, until I came to India, I felt God only creates everyone. God creates human beings. God creates living beings, trees. But you Indians, you create God also. You Indians, you create a God also. So, for example, if from your home you go to airport, on the way, there will be one tree. It has 3 turmeric marks. And another tree, it has like cross turmeric marks, straight turmeric marks. There is another tree that has one dot. There is another tree that has all the 3. Prabhuji, so they have a heart to worship, but it's not supported philosophy. Then it becomes sentiment. Some people have, they read all the books, but then they become self-styled gurus. They don't follow any guru. Or they pick up here and there something from parents, something from neighbors, and they become self-styled gurus. So I have a question for all of you. How many pictures are there in your home? At least 15 or 20. Whom should I ask? Mother Monognya, how many pictures are there in your home, Mama?
Minimum 10 to 15.
Ma?
Minimum 10 to 15, Guruji.
10
Of
to 15.
gods?
Yes. Babas, yogis,
No, of yogi, there is only one.
Okay,
Of gods, there are many.
Total 15. Roshni Madhujama?
Not many, Prabhuji. At least now.
Before.
Yeah, same.
Pratibha Madhujama.
Prabhuji, 4 or 5, like major. So,
Minor?
no, major in the sense because it's always have been the case that we keep very limited. Like
except for people when gifts and something arrive.
No, small pictures will also be there, Praniji.
Prabhuji, I think we have about 15. I think 4 or 5 Gurujis and then all the different deities.
Maybe. Kishan,
Yeah, around 10, Prabhuji.
10. Okay, so there is some Mataji Shubhangi, and I think she is muted, but that's it. So, you know what it means? One of the 15 will give me green card. One of the 15 will give me a job, a comfortable life. Honestly speaking, we have more faith on that than this. You have more than one means what it means. If he doesn't help, maybe he'll help. I'm honest. So that's why Prabhupada said, if you actually this is from Jiva Goswami, actually, Jiva Goswami is a scholar. I think he quotes Sanatana Goswami, I think, Smriti. Anything you're postulating, that should be supported by Srutis or Smritis or Puranas or Pancharatras. If you don't think it's a waste of time, I'll show you something. Should I show?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
sit down. And because unfortunately, maybe I showed it one time in UFM. Just give me a minute. Because Vedic culture is vast, so vast. Why I really want to show is Vedic culture is so vast. I mean, rather than telling, because the word came Srutis, Smritis, that's why, right? I just want to show. Or somebody can ask another question as I show you. I'm searching for it actually. No, otherwise let me answer. What is the question? I'm searching, what is the question? Anyway, now can you see anything on the screen? Not yet, right?
Not yet, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll show you this. This is very good actually. Okay. Where are you? Now you can see that. You can
Yes,
see that,
Prabhuji.
right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So now this Vedic knowledge, these are Shrutis. Instead of telling Shrutis and Smritis, Shrutis are split up into Vedas, Vedas and Vedangas. I have a question for all of you. There is a Baba you are worshipping. There is a yogi you are worshipping. There is a demigod you are worshipping. Devata you are worshipping. Is it supported by Shastra? And the Smritis are split up into, Tantras, Panchanatras, Puranas, the Sutras, and Puranas, Itihasas, and Shad Darsanas. And again, there, trust me, this is so vast. Vast means anything you touch, that'll take your life. It'll take you one lifetime, actually. You're listening, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
It'll take one lifetime. Even just like, for example, Jyotish, the palmistry, astrology, actually, uh, Hasta Samudraka means palmistry. Jyotish Shastra means astrology. So it'll take you so deep. Now, my point to you, I have a question for all of you. How many of you know this? How many Indians know how many Upanishads are there? How many Puranas are there? How many Vedas are there? And how many verses are there in Ramayana, Mahabharata? Nobody knows anything. If you don't mind, I can add something boldly. Did you see this picture?
We're still seeing the slide, Prabhuji.
Huh?
We're
We're
still
still seeing the slide.
Okay. You can take a picture actually. That's the best thing, cell phone.
Yeah, I took a screenshot, Prabhuji.
Yeah, I took a screenshot, Prabhuji.
Okay, great. Now I'll tell you. Should I tell?
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes, Prabhuji.
One director was completely, movie after movie, he was a failure. Can you show me the questions? Then what the dad, somebody told him, he became so depressed. Somebody said in India, at any point of time, take a devotional movie, you'll never be a flop. Prabhuji, he took a movie called Santoshima. Anybody heard this name?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Jai Santoshi Mata. He put, he hired some nice writer and they wrote beautiful songs, very catchy songs. Santoshima movie became such a big hit in India probably 25 years ago. Probably after that, Santoshima people started worshipping left and right. What is the thing? You have to fast on Thursday, but you have to eat only sweets at the end. No tamarind though. Now I'll tell you. I don't have anything against anything. Honestly speaking, Sabrimala, Ayappa, Ayappa was actually very, very dedicated to Kerala people actually. Amitabh Bachchan fell down. Amitabh Bachchan was in the deathbed. And whole India was worshipped, actually praying actually. Amitabh Bachchan had such a huge fanfare. Jaya Bachchan, somebody told her, and if you pray to Ayappa, she, what is that? She took a vow. My husband will come by walk to Sabrimala. Since then, Amitabh Bachchan did that. He was alive. Amitabh Bachchan went, that what is so-called Irumudi, and put on his head, and he did that. Today from Andhra, there are direct trains to Sabarimala. But anyway, I'm not that against because Christianity is stopped to some extent. Just not stopped. Christianity was checked. And I went to Singapore 1996. No one heard of Shirdi Sai Baba, trust me. And 4 movies came. 4 movies came. These movies are so big. Maharashtrians think Shirdi Sai Baba is saint. Andhra people think Shirdi, in the Maharashtrian tell Andhra people, you people made Shirdi Sai Baba God. Sabka Malik Ek, he says, and call that place Dwarkamai, worship Krishna, he said. Somehow, he was, Krishna was removed and, he was a saint. Of course, with miracles. Honestly speaking, Lord, especially ISKCON, if you read this, if you look for miracles, you'll never progress as Bhakti Yogi. If you look for impersonal liberation, you'll never progress, even if you worship, even if you do bhakti yoga sadhana for a billion lifetimes. Detrimental. There is a book called Manasaksha. One day I told you all guys. Read Raghunath Das Goswami Manasaksha. But today in Andhra, probably 50% of Hinduism in Andhra is actually Shirdi Sai Babaism actually. You know? Why? Because you pray that certain things happen, I think. Hey, nobody prays for give me black, make my hair gray, or remove my hair, make me old, give me old age. Nobody prays that. We become old, we get diseases, we die also. So Brahma lives for 311 trillion 40 billion years. Compared to that, what is 78 years? Pure bhakti is very satisfying, let me tell you that. So I showed that picture. Actually, I'll tell you, I'm from Andhra too. There is a place called Talipulam. This place, people, when they buy a vehicle, new vehicle, they go there and they take a goat or some animal. They offer the goat to that that deity, and they're fully drunk. Where is it written? Nowhere it's written. Actually, Bhagavatam 5th canto says that type of, even if it is offered to a devata like Kali, that prasad is tamagun, you should not even look at it. Even if they give you sweet, she is a ghora rope of material nature. Her duty is to take you away from Krishna, pure bhakti. You should not eat that prasad. Bhagavatam forbids. Can you believe? So you asked a question, Brahman. If it is not mentioned in Shruti, Smriti, Purana, the Pancharatras, it's a utpat, it's a disturbance to the society. In India, they put big mics. For what? Where is it written? Actually, I'll tell you. In Andhra, I'm from Andhra actually. There is a vrata called, that is meant for ladies. And in that vrata, ladies pray, next lifetime, give me good husband. I really, hey, what will the present husband think, You want to know what it is? It means this vrata is telling, you're a woman. You do these vratas, next lifetime you'll get woman birth. Hey, Gita is telling you're not the body, you're a spirit soul. Means these are all karma kanda portions to take you from LKG to first grade to second grade. You have come to Krishna consciousness, you're doing PhD, give up. You don't need to practice that. Straight. So does it answer your question?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
And make sure the devotion service should at once be rejected. What are the authorities? Can we? No, I didn't understand.
No, I mean, yes, you showed that the slide, right? So all the Vedic
Mhm.
scriptures, yeah. So that, yeah.
So, but my point to you is, first of all, they're not bhakti. They're most fallen. They fallen. Actually, they're very close to karma kanda. They're not even sakama karma yoga. If you go, should we level? We'll take one more question.
Yes,
And
Prabhuji.
what is the duty? What should be our duty and conduct according to the scriptures from the age 25 to 35 human life? Apart from the four-eyed principles, what should be our duty and conduct according to scriptures? Age 25 and 35. Why not 25 to 50?
Yeah, I mean, I think now we should change it to 50. Previously, I was thinking like
Okay.
25 to 35 was the demarcation, but I think
Actually, you can put 25 to the rest of the life, bro. So the simple thing is, uh, translate your life into bhakti yoga. Life is a triangle. Life is a triangle. 9 to 5. Bhakti is not practiced by monks in the temple. Arjuna is actually not a monk. That's why Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. If Krishna had spoken Bhagavad Gita to Bhishma, Indians would have concluded Bhakti Bhagavad Gita is only for old people. you know. So, so life is a triangle, Prabhu. 9 to 5 job. It's a work, but you can convert that into worship. How? You have Krishna installed in your home and offer food to Krishna. Honestly speaking, all our doctors, all engineers, they do that. So, by the concept of offering food to Krishna and offering worship to Krishna at home, your 9 to 5 job will become bhakti. Because you want to offer food to Krishna, you need money. No? So by working with the idea, I'm a bhakti yogi, you're, let us say you're married, you know, so I want to pay mortgage to not my home, Krishna's. If I want to pay mortgage to Krishna's home, that's why I'm working, and I want to buy foodstuffs to offer food to Krishna. So by installing Krishna in your home and worshipping, your 95 becomes bhakti. When you come home and you say, this is my wife, this is my husband, my kids, that'll create bondage. According to Amrita Upanishad, Mana eva manusyanam karana bandha moksha. But if you say, if you say, these are no doubt, your children only, but Krishna given children. This is my Krishna given husband, Krishna given wife. And take good care of them because Krishna is there in their heart too. So if you take care of them 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock, your wife will be cooking and you will be taking care of their tuitions instead of going to parties. You cover their tuition, cover their homework, cover their homework. And then you all come and do for 15 minutes, aarti. Like instead of doing in the morning, you attended, you do it in the evening. And wife and husband kids attend together, then read one verse of Bhagavad Gita, then eat together nicely. So if you deal with them, like Guru Maharaj says, actually, no, even if you correct your family member because it is needed to, correction is needed, that's okay. But in your mind, you are their servant. Because Krishna is there in their heart. Servant is too high. Immediately you are just a genuine well-wisher. You may correct your son, but in your mind, you are a genuine servant. Then with that genuine affection, with that mood, you lead your life 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock in the night. That is also bhakti. But you say, then I want to do the same thing tomorrow. For that, boy, I need to give rest to the body. Your sleep also becomes bhakti, 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. Sorry, 10 o'clock to even morning 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, whatever. Or 6 o'clock. But for all these things to happen with proper consciousness, after taking bath, you need to invest 2 hours of 16 hours. You need to do your chanting nicely. Then you will be able to do the rest of things with proper consciousness. Otherwise, it will be Vacha Vedantam. If, like it's just for sake only. Vacha Vedanta means, oh yeah, we have all these things, horrible, horrible. But in your mind, Krishna is only namesake. Who is the real enjoyer? Myself. Then what happens? It's not bhakti. Bhakti is Krishna. Actually, Krishna is watching in your heart. To the extent you are sincere, that much extent you'll make progress. So you come take bath and you chant your rounds, 2 hours of mantra meditation. When you're serving everybody, serve yourself. Sit in one corner and do that. Wife and husband sit together, then the children, okay, my mom and dad used to do that, this is perfect. To the extent you lead a strict life, and to the extent you impart them these principles, your family members, that much extent you are safe. We have 300 families in our temple. But today, America, people are changing the gender rule, and children are, I don't need to tell more, America more than I do. But we are like, it's like outside storm, but we are like, with all the principles, people are protected actually. So you do like this. But as you go, trust me, you'll gain so much maturity and insight in your life because you're taking life of responsibility. But you can do that. Very important. Larger than His grace will come. You start preaching. You start helping. How long you'll become the recipient? You become that. You start giving. You've taken enough. Give. You have intelligence. Okay, your PhD. You're a professor. You speak. Actually, we have few professors. They're powerful speakers. Prabhuji, when I speak, only 5 people come. Maybe when you speak, maybe 1,000 people come. You convince Amitabh Bachchan or you convince some superstar, I don't know their names in India. If they speak, more people will come. This is pure bhakti process. You know? Actually, I have people, one day when I went to somebody's home, one person said, Prabhuji, please come to my home. Just to make fun, I said, Prabhuji, in his home, he has Jagannath Baldasura deities. I told him, real story. I can't hear what you are telling. He's telling, Prabhuji, please come to Jagannath home. I told him, I will not come to Jagannath home, I'll come to your home. He said, no, you're not understanding. Come to Jagannath home. I said, no, I don't want to go to Jagannath home. I want to come to your home. He said, no, we installed Jagannath home, Jagannath Baldasura. It is their home. We are living there. Please come. And so finally I said, all right, Prabhu, I'm hearing, He's thinking I'm not hearing properly. Believe me, I went to their, both wife and husband, both are engineers in New Jersey. I went to their home and Prabhu, believe me, he fed me as though his whole life is based on my satisfaction. And then I spoke. Then it's time. They have only one bedroom home. Prabhuji, this Jagannath, this bedroom is not my bedroom. This Jagannath bedroom this is meant for all the guests. So you use it. I told him, up till I listen, but I won't because we don't sleep in Grosthas bedrooms. No, this is not my bedroom, this is Jagannath bedroom. Whether whoever bedroom it is, I will not sleep. So I slept outside, but I'll tell you the punchline. So next day morning again, when I was going, he gave, some donation for temple. And I said, he showed me the key. Prabhuji, we put the key here. If you're in this area, this is your home, not my home. You can use it for preaching. Nobody knows where we get. We both go to New York for work, but we put the key here and use this home because anyway, Jagannath will be happy. So he's married. Both are engineers, but they are trying to convert that family life into the married life into grahasthash. Okay. Should we stop here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Are satisfied?
Oh, or that.
But very important thing is application. Actually. My
Yeah.
application is, when people take it up seriously, I'm honest. Krishna will take care. Everything. Unless you have a different desires. If you say, my Lord, last life you say, you prayed like a monk. I should make me monk, my Lord. Then Krishna will start with trying, And then you start, your desire, present desire is different. Then you're putting Krishna in confusion. Krishna says, hey, you asked last life this or this life this. Now you're asking this. Krishna says, first you decide and come, then I'll decide. Otherwise, trust me, I have seen just before this call started, one person came and said, don't worry, everything will be all right, but be sincere. I have so many stories, tons of stories actually. Krishna will take care. Prabhuji, let me tell you, Krishna will hold an umbrella of protection. Wow. When you see that, you become so grateful actually. Should we end it here?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So may, what is that? Wish you a happy new year and may Krishna give you whatever is best for you, peace and prosperity, and more than anything, bhakti.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
If I
Thank you
spoke
so much.
anything wrong, excuse me as a humble servant, but very grateful for your patient audience.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.